No sooner had Harvey dissipated that attention turned to Irma, and no sooner had Irma become a major hurricane last Thursday, still about 10 days from any potential impact on the U.S., did the social media buzz begin, complete with plenty of misinformation. So much so that last Friday, the Weather Service actually had to warn people on Twitter about fake forecasts. Here's what the Hurricane Center's actual forecast format looks like. Now here's a phony forecast posted on Facebook using the official government logo, showing Irma headed toward Texas, clearly meant to scare people. Unfortunately, liked or shared almost 37,000 times before it was deleted. Then headlines like this made the rounds last weekend, here suggesting more than a week in advance that Irma could strike New York City on 9/11. Now, the Hurricane Center's official forecasts only go out 5 days for good reason. This chart shows the average error in the track forecast at various lead times. The blue lines are the 5-day forecast. The dashed line smooths out the year-to-year variations and helps us see the long-term trend, which is down, which is good. The bad news is the average error 5 days out is still more than 200 miles. That's about the distance along the coast from Ocean City, Maryland to Long Island, or in Pennsylvania from Lancaster to Pittsburgh. In other words, a pretty wide range. Now, despite this average error at just 5 days, I routinely see raw computer model forecasts 7 or more days in advance shared on social media, especially when they show an ominous forecast like this one does. Now, I think that's irresponsible, and here's an example to demonstrate why. This is a forecast from the American model, the GFS, valid this Sunday, issued 12 days ahead of time, that is last Tuesday. There's Irma predicted to be near the Bahamas. Now, here's the forecast for the same time, that is this Sunday, but issued a day later. That is, this is an 11-day forecast. Now Irma was projected to be near Portland, Maine, a shift of 1,300 miles. And finally, here's the 10-day forecast for this Sunday. This time, Irma is off the coast of North Carolina. You get the idea? These long-range model forecasts change from one day to the next, sometimes in a big way. And that's why we look at the spaghetti plots, the so-called ensemble forecasts, which attempt to pin down a range of possibilities and give us some sense of which solution is most likely. Here are tweets from last weekend from 2 meteorologists I really respect that nicely summarize how I think we should talk about a possible hurricane landfall more than 7 or so days ahead of time. From former National Hurricane Center Director Dr. Rick Knabb, no one knows if Irma will strike the U.S., but we have time in case it does. Shop for supplies this weekend while lines are short. And from Gary Zatkowski, who was in charge of the National Weather Service office in Philadelphia when Sandy came inland. All you need to be doing at this point in time is to have a trusted weather source and a hurricane plan for your home and business. Stay tuned. We'll let you know where that hurricane plan will be needed in the 3 to 7 day period in the extended forecast next.